Are you a tight painter or a loose painter when it comes to your brush strokes? And what does that even mean? So if you're a tight painter, this means you care about precision and detail. You like to blend and not have your brush strokes leave their marks behind. If you're a loose painter, you definitely show your brush strokes. You don't mind having a little bit of a mess. You're not an over blender, and you paint with energy and let that energy flow through your paintbrush. Tight brush strokes mean you're careful, you're detail oriented, you're organized, and you take your time with the work that you do. This is not me. I definitely do not fall into that category because I can't paint with that kind of precision. It takes probably patience that I don't have, but it's also just not natural to me. So that brings up the question of, if you're tight or you're a loose painter, can you change? I think that being a tight or a loose painter is really more of a mindset rather than an artist style that you're actually choosing. So if it's a mindset, this is part of you. It's part of your personality and the way that you are, right? Very hard to change that. I have worked with a lot of other painters who just were tighter in their style and they wanted to loosen up, but they had a really, really hard time doing it because their mind wanted things to be accurate and they didn't feel like they were completing something if they didn't do things precisely. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, yeah, I'm a loose painter. I don't paint straight lines, not real straight lines, despite the fact that I paint structures like piers and such that have straight lines in them, and I start with a straight edge to make those lines, but I always end up messing the lines up intentionally anyway, because that's just the way I am, and I would go insane if I just did straight, precise lines. I mean, you can tell that this is a tugboat, and you can see that it has lines on it, but the lines are not really straight in the sense that I have plenty of colors unblended in here, all just put down with brush strokes. This, on the other hand, is still a loose painting in my opinion, but this is like way more detail oriented than I would normally get. There's more precision in here, more time taking in here, certainly more blending than some of the other things that I do. All right, how do we loosen up? Let me give you some tips for loosening up. Here is one thing. Don't stand too close to your canvas while you're painting it. For some reason, as artists, we often feel like we have to be within 12 inches of our canvas when we're painting it, as if anyone else is going to view our artwork from 12 inches away. You're not going to. Nobody stands looking like this at a wall. It would just be silly if this is where we viewed artwork. So as an artist, keep your distance from your canvas. Don't be right on top of it. And also, when you're holding your paintbrush, don't hold it like a pencil where you're all the way here on the metal part and you're trying to get into the nitty gritty, right? Same thing. We want some space from our canvas. We want to hold our brush further back. It forces us to keep our distance from our canvas, but it also allows the brush in our hands to be held a little looser so we're not so tight with all of our lines. All right, and here's my third tip on how to loosen up your painting. Take breaks while you're painting. Small, couple minute breaks to step away from the canvas and get the picture of it out of your mind, okay? Walk away and shake it off. When you come back, not only are you going to have a fresh perspective on your painting, but it's also going to break your mindset of being extremely particular. Hopefully you've gained a little bit of distance from your piece so that when you come back, you're not stuck inside of it, all inside your head, trying to be very, very particular. I'm just going to show you what I'm working on right now since, I have you here. You can even see here, and this is nowhere near being done. I'm not going to have, again, photographic quality lines and straight edges. Just not how I roll. So we're definitely going to have a lot of brush strokes and a lot of paint dabs on there for sure. I think it's super important to enjoy your painting process and don't try to be something that you're not. I'm Nicole Ragaman, and all of the artwork that you see here can be found at neclectic.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Take care.